Hello, friends. I'll tell you the story of a king who, in spite of being very good, was sad from within. He was very righteous kind of a person, and he always tried to be just with people, whether they were rich or poor. But one thing was troubling this king, that is, he was not able to decide who to follow, which path to follow. His problem was he used to try to learn from various people, from people of various backgrounds, religions. He used to read the texts of various religion, and whichever book he read, whichever person he met, he liked everything, and he was not able to decide which path he needs to take up. So one day he was moving around in his kingdom when a beggar saw him, and he asked him this question. He said, "May I ask you something?" The king said, "Of course, why not?" He never minded talking to the beggars also. The beggar asked him, "You have everything with you. You are the king of this particular place, yet I don't see kind of happiness in your face." And then the king told him that, well, this is the reason. I have been delving deeper and deeper into various texts, various religions, and I'm not able to make up my mind what and which one to follow. So I remain unhappy, and moreover, I'm becoming older now, and soon time will come when I will depart, when my soul will leave this body. So I am yet to decide what to do. Then the beggar was a little wiser, and he told the king that he can show him the path, provided he gives him some time, and during that particular time he has to do things that he is going to tell him, or he is going to plan without asking any question. The king said, "If I do that, will I get my answer?" The beggar said, "Well, I'll try my best." And the king readily agreed, because he thought, when I have spent so many years, decades rather, in trying to get the answer, and here is this man, he may be a beggar, but probably he may give me, show me the light. So he agreed, and the beggar said, "Come on, for getting my solution, we have to go across the river." There was a river, and the king readily agreed because he had given his word. On reaching the banks, when the boatmen, various boatmen, saw their king, they came rushing towards him, and they said, "Please allow us to ferry you across." And the king was ready to get into the first boat that was there, but the beggars stopped all of them and said, "What do you expect your king to go in these dirty boats? Go and get your best ones." And few of them who had few better boats with them, they rushed back and told that they'll be back within an hour or two. And meanwhile, the king was about to say that, "Come on, we can get into any of the boats," but then he was reminded by the beggar that, "You are not going to question, let me organize all these things." So after an hour or two, about 8 to 10 of the boatmen brought their best boats. And each boat, when it arrived, the beggar kept on rejecting by giving some or other excuse. He said, "Your paint is not good, this color is not good, that seat in your book," in few cases he said, "the seat cover is not good, the sponge that you have put on the seats is very uncomfortable," and so on and so forth. Meanwhile, the king was losing his patience. After all, he was king. in spite of having given his word. But when he was seeing that the beggar was trying to be so fussy in selecting a boat to go across, he finally spoke to him and said, "Hello, what are you doing? We can get across. Your purpose is to take me across the river for the solution. So why are you becoming so fussy about which boat we have to go across? In fact, the river is so shallow here that we don't even need a boat. We can even wade through it. We can even walk through it, or if required at certain places, we can even swim and get across. So please stop this fuss and let's get into the boat and go across for the solution." And you know what? The beggar said, "Oh my king, this is exactly my solution that I want to show you. If you can understand the story, or if you can understand what the beggar wanted to convey, you have understood the story then." The king immediately realized his mistake, and he himself felt embarrassed that he was worried about petty holes in the boat, holes of doubts, holes of say whether he will be able to get across or not. He was worried about the color of the boats and so on and so forth all his life, while deciding upon a path that he had to follow to go to the to attain salvation. Whichever path we select, it should be filled with faith, it should be filled with our honesty, it should be filled with truthfulness, it should be filled with mercy. If you are merciful, if you are content, if you are hardworking, if you are true to yourself and others, you're already gone across. Thank you very much.